remember this. We're young. We're so young, man. And honestly, it's crazy to place the world standards on yourself and say, well, I'm this old and I don't have a full-time job. You're not even a quarter of the way through your possible lifetime. And leave all of that for the later. Right now, man, hike the Appalachian Trail, take those trips, do those things, because someday you will have to settle down, and someday you will get that job, and someday you'll dream about leaving and going to do other things. But for now, really enjoy the fact that you don't have that.
How's that for an intro? A little bit of content first, a little bit of music. I spiced it up a little bit. Yeah, kind of balled out on this one. Since, halfway. Celebrating, or a little over halfway at this point. It will have been 428.6 miles since the last video in Daleville, Virginia. I'm now in Duncannon, Pennsylvania, and I've done 1,149.5 miles. This video is the events between Daleville and Duncannon. So it's been a little hiatus since the last video, but it's well worth it because I'm putting some care into it. Took a 0 day today. Didn't walk too much yesterday. Took a train into Philly. It was super stressful getting everything together, but it worked. Took a shuttle to Harrisburg from a guy named Clint. He was awesome. We talked about music for a while. He played some of his music in the car. And then I got in the train, the Amtrak from Harrisburg to Philly. And this is my first time on a train, so it was cool. It's like being on a plane, but the plane never takes off. And then it stops every once in a while. But it was cool. I really enjoyed it. And I would just like to thank some of our family friends, if they're watching this, for putting me up at their place for a night and just hanging around with me and driving me from the place. And just letting me sleep on their couch and hang out with them. It was sweet. And I would like to thank them for giving me a ride back here instead of taking the train, because there was a storm and it threw some of the train schedules off, and I wouldn't have been able to get back through train, and the bus would have been super expensive. So thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. And it's an awesome time. I love Philly. Went there to go see the game. Flyers versus Sabres. I thought for sure the Flyers were going to win, but the Sabres scored up real quick on the Flyers, and it was really bad. It wasn't fun to watch, but it also was fun to watch at the same time. It is cool being at a Flyers game, even though they lost and their team kind of sucks. But they have gritty, which is what I mainly went to see. And he's an awesome little fella, awesome little creature. He did a little water skit there at the stadium, testing different Philly waters. He'd go sip, 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 and at the end he passed out. I couldn't read what the last cup said, but it was pretty hilarious. He's a little funny dude. But while I'm on the train of thank yous, I would like to thank a fellow by the name of Matt that found my channel, found my Instagram, and reached out to me. And he's like, hey, if you want to trail magic anytime from Front Royal to the roller coaster area in Harper's Ferry, I guess, he said, just reach out to me. And I had just stayed in a hostel at the Stumble Inn, or the hostel was Stumble Inn. Great hostel, by the way. Totally recommend it. Friendly people. And he picked me up there, um, brought me some food, bagels, and then drove me to the trailhead. And just thank you so much. That means a lot to me. And yeah, it's good having trail angels this early in the season. I sometimes I get a little spiteful looking at my Instagram and I see people that are just starting now in Georgia and they're getting fed barbecue, pizza, and I I pisses me off. It's like where was that for me? But I get them early, and I've had a great time regardless. And yeah, I don't actually want to kill those people at all. Um, they just picked a better time to hike the trail than I did. They aren't going to be cold at all. Or they might, but yeah, there's some pros and cons of starting early. But enough rambling about that nonsense. I'd also like to um, shout out the Mountain Trail store in Front Royal. It is awesome, and you can go take a shower in the little place between there and the bar that's attached to it. You can take a shower, do laundry, and they have a little hiker box. They have an awesome store too. Highly recommend the bakery between there too. And there's a movie theater right across the street. I saw John Wick 4, and it was a solid John Wick movie. I really enjoyed it. 3 sucked, I think. So 4 was a good one. Good end to the series, if I do say so myself. And also thank you to the slew of day hikers and section hikers that gave me food on trail. I said I was complaining about trail magic earlier, but Virginia was rough about it. But like, there are a lot of popular day hikes where people are like, "Oh, you're a through hiker? You're like the first I've seen this year." And it's like, "Here, have some food." And I say, "Well, thank you. I really do appreciate it. You're so nice." And they are nice. I do appreciate that. Because, yeah, trail magic really does go a long way, and people that do it are just awesome. And I definitely plan to do it in the future for hikers. More specifically, people that do it earlier in the season or sit out there on rainy days. I think that would be good too. Have a little canopy and stuff like that, and then just have lawn chairs under the canopy and hand out food on rainy days. And that's another thing I'd like to address. This video, and I say in a lot of other ones, it doesn't have a lot of rainy day footage. And that's just because I don't want to take my phone out and record during a rainy day. Because, like, what if I mess up my phone? That's an expensive piece of tech. I don't want to mess up my phone. And that's good. But you guys don't really see what the trail's like. It's cold and miserable sometimes, and it sucks and you hate it. But then you have days like I'm showing in the video, and you're like, "Oh, I love the trail. It's awesome." But there are a lot of days where it sucks. So nobody ever tells you that. The trail sucks, but it's also awesome. So do it if you want to. Don't do it if you don't want to. Thank you guys for watching. And here's some more footage from my adventure. Yeah, thank you. Check it out. Be wary of leaves. It was a pitfall trap. It could have been worse, but I was lucky. I survived and did not fall over. Just a mere slip, but it could have been worse. Here at the Bryant Ridge shelter, and I'm thinking this might be the coolest shelter I've ever seen. It has a little porch, dare I say even a veranda, if you will. And go up here, there's another level. There's one right here, and you climb up, and it's like, it's a tree house. This is sweet. But yeah, definitely if you're on the trail, check this shelter out. Plan on staying here. It's so cool. And it has a water source right down there, and it is flowing. So definitely stop at this shelter. Yeah, I dig it. Small little scramble to Black Rock Overlook. But look at that view. Of all the views on the trail, this is definitely one of them. A good one, but definitely one of them. If I was a thinking man, this rock, surrounded by these old dead trees, or I think they're dead, would be the perfect place to do some thinking. Again, if I was a thinking man and I had stuff to think about, that's where I'd be thinking. You know what I'm thinking? Football! Football! Shing! It's around 10:30 right now. Just made it to the top of Highcock Knob. I've got nothing to add. It's a great night last night. Slept in my tent, followed by a beautiful morning. Look at that. Sweet. Up to Coal Mountain. Got about 9 miles until I hit the shelter day. Might move on. Trying to get to Devil's Backbone tomorrow. So yeah, fun times. Looky, looky. Virginia ski slopes. Cool stuff. This rock wall's been going forever. It's pretty awesome. Don't know what it's for. Probably some old settlement. I don't know. But it's pretty sweet. Rockland Gap. Gonna be a resupply in Waynesboro tonight, but I'm gonna start Shenandoah tomorrow. So yeah, fun times. Springy chairs. What's up? Yeah. Got to the 900-mile mark today. Decided to stealth camp. I was feeling a little tired, so I don't know. Guess I could have pushed on, but I kind of want some sleep. Deer kept me up all night last night. I was cowboy camping, and they just kept on coming over to my spot. I kept on having to wake up and shoo them off. But yeah, it's a cool little spot. You can see the road over there winding around the mountain. And yeah, super pretty spot. And yeah, good time in Shenandoah. Sorta. Waysides aren't open. That'd be nice. But other than that, decent. It's about 11:40 here in the Shenandoahs. Um, I've done about started at 7, done almost 13 miles today. Made it to, I think it's Pocosin Cabin, if that's how you pronounce it. I never know how to pronounce any of these things, but taking lunch here at a spring, and yeah, gonna make it 20, I think 27 miles today. If I get there early, I'll push it a little more so I have a shorter day tomorrow instead of 28. That would be nice. And hopefully it'll take away from my last day after that. So I've got today, tomorrow, and then the next day I'll be out of the Shenandoahs into Front Royal. Then I think 2.5 days after that, 2 days, I'll be in Harper's Ferry. So it's exciting. It's a beautiful day as well. Just good times all around. No waysides though. What's that? Frog in the spring? What up? Whoa. Sweet bear box snag. Tuna salad with crackers. Good stuff. Mountain chicken. Mountain chicken. Man asses. $1,000. Look at these two down here. Nacho Libre and Hot Rod. Are you kidding? Oh my. Heading out today. I think about maybe 8 miles to Harper's Ferry. Or maybe 9-ish, but stayed here at the David Lesser shelter last night. Has windows, which is pretty cool. And big old porch, dare I say veranda again. And a little pavilion over there that has a swing. Cool place. Stay here. Almost to Harper's Ferry. Cool stuff. I'm in Caldona State Park right now in Fayetteville, Pennsylvania. And yeah, this is just such a pretty area. I'd definitely come back here and camp during the summertime. It looks like it'd be such a sweet place to be. But Anyways, yeah. Pennsylvania has been kind for this first part. Look at this terrain. I've heard it gets worse. I wish it would stay like this, though. This is beautiful trail. Beautiful trail. Pennsylvania's not going to get worse. No, it won't. Going through the tunnel, night hiking in Pennsylvania. Fun stuff. This video doesn't quite do it justice, but this is a really gorgeous view. It's about 11:30, and I am beat. Got about, probably from the shelter, 11 miles to Duncannon, and then I take train to Philly. Go Flyers. Yeah, I'll probably sleep on the train there. It'll be a good time. A little bit of rain. Most storm came by this morning, but there's Hawk Rock. Getting ready to go on train. All right, bye.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.